to where we're going to read the proclamation first. Then that way our guests don't have to endure hours and hours of useless dialogue and public hearings. So with that, then it is now 2:03, and I'm going to call the legislative hearing for the Board of County Commissioners to open for August 11th. And for the record, we have all three commissioners present. And I'm going to discuss our order of agenda to take your by leave item number 1, or actually by leave item number 4 first, and I'll look to Commissioner Kearns.
All right, Mr. Chair, I move to read this proclamation in the form of a motion. In the matter of honoring Anthony Frederick Marcelli. Whereas Spokane Valley resident Anthony Tony Frederick Marcelli celebrates his 100th birthday, August 15th, 2020, alongside his proud and loving family. And whereas Mr. Marcelli is a World War II veteran born in Collinsville, California, served in the U.S. Army Air Corps from November 1943 to November 1945, and continued to serve in the U.S. Air Force Reserves from November 1945 to November 1955, and completed his service as a first lieutenant. And whereas Mr. Marcelli ended Navigator Bombardier School at Deming Army Airfield, New Mexico, and then was sent to Tappaneau Army Airfield, Nevada, where he was assigned to a B-24 bomber crew. During his time in this service, he flew 35 combat missions over Europe during World War II as a navigator bombardier. And whereas in his first 5 missions as a bombardier, and the following 30 as a navigator, while in Europe, he was assigned to the 8th Air Force 392nd Bombardment Group and the 579th Bombardment Squadron at Royal Air Force Station, Wendling, England. And whereas, looking back upon his time in the service and on those he served with, Mr. Marcelli had to say, "Those brave men were all young, all trained for the job, performed well under trying conditions, all were untested, living out their destiny day by day. They are now all gone. They did not go unwept. It is for us to see they do not go unhonored or unsung." And whereas he has been married to his wife, Mary, for 71 years, has 3 children, Sandy, Chris, and Jim, and 3 grandchildren, Jake, Amy, and Sean, and 2 great-grandchildren, Blaine and Cade. Now, therefore, we, the Board of County Commissioners of Spokane County, Washington, do hereby recognize the extraordinary contribution and service to our nation by Anthony Frederick Marcelli, and wish him a very happy 100th birthday, dated this 11th day of August, 2020.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
This is an honor. I wish he was here to be able to talk to you himself, but we will relay everything to him and totally appreciate everything you've done to help make his 100th birthday so very special.
This means a lot to us, and it's going to mean a lot to him as well. So thank you.
Well, we're very excited. We have to finish though. I'm going to second the motion.
Okay.
Oh. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Second, any comment or discussion on the motion by either of my fellow commissioners?
I just want to say it's an honor for us to do this for your father. So it's, what a great story, and just, his duty to his country. So thank you. I appreciate all that you guys do.
Yeah, please pass on our sincere gratitude and thank you for everything that he's done for our country and to secure the freedoms that we all enjoy today.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have to get off now?
No, you can hang on.
No, we still need to vote.
Okay.
I do want to join my fellow commissioners in wishing him a very merry or happy birthday. And thank you so much for the service. I noticed that he served time in Tonopah there in Nevada, which right now is, I think, sitting at around 120 degrees. So it's got to be nice to be here and not there. But thank you so much for not only his service, but also the support that you as his family have given him over these many, many years. So with that, I will call the question. All those in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Let the record reflect the motion passes unanimously. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so then that gets us to the rest of our agenda. We have various resolutions under item 1.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
2.
we will say adios.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, take care.
We'll let you continue.
We'll let you continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet everybody.
Bye.
We'll get to the resolution. Okay, so
Okay.
here's
Right.
do a motion on items 1, 2.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Chair, I move to approve items 1, 2, 1 and 2, and all sub items on today's 2 p.m. consent agenda.
I will second that.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second to approve items 1, 2, and all sub items appearing thereunder. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Let the record reflect the motion passes unanimously. Then getting on to public hearings, public hearing item 3A in the matter of revising Spokane County traffic code number 46.61.003. This is a yield sign at Painter Road. This was briefed by staff yesterday, and I don't know that there's any additional information that needs to be presented to the board. Is that the case, Mr. Coles?
If there isn't any additional information, we'd be glad to, Nate would be glad to go through the details again if you'd like to hear it.
What would be the pleasure of the board? I think we're fairly briefed on this and stuff, so why don't we just go ahead and move forward with the hearing? Is there anybody on the line that would like to provide any comment on hearing item 3A? Second call for anybody wanting to provide testimony on 3A. Third and final call. Seeing nobody come forward, I'll look to my board for direction.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve public hearing item number 3A on today's agenda.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve item 3A. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Let the record reflect the motion passes unanimously. Then moving on to hearing item 3B in the matter of revising Spokane County Traffic Code number 46.61.5701. This is a no parking signs on Hawthorne Road. And this was briefed yesterday to the board. Any additional information, Mr. Coles, you'd like to provide for the board?
None that we're aware of.
Okay, so any questions for staff? Seeing none, so I'll open up the hearing for anybody in the audience like providing testimony on item 3B. Second call for anybody wanting to provide testimony on 3B. Third and final call. Seeing nobody come forward, chair is open to a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve public hearing item number 3B on today's agenda.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Let the record reflect the motion passed unanimously. Then moving on to item 3C, in the matter of revising Spokane County Traffic Code number 46.61.4155.1, 20-mile-per-hour school speed zone, 5-mile road and Hawthorne Road. Any information, additional information you'd like to provide, Mr. Coles?
I don't think so. There was one of these that we had a slight tweak on, but I don't think this one is it. Nate, is that right?
Yeah, this one is not it. That's correct.
Okay, very good. Any questions for staff? Seeing none, I'll open up the hearing for anybody in the audience like for any testimony on hearing item 3C. Second call for anybody wanting to provide testimony on 3C. Third and final call. Seeing nobody come forward, close the hearing and look for direction from the board.
Mr. Chair, move to approve public hearing item number 3C on today's agenda.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Let the record reflect the motion passed unanimously. Then 3D, in the matter of revising Spokane County Traffic Code number 46.61.2220002. This is adding a stop sign at Hastings Avenue. Any additional information on this, Mr. Coles?
Oh, I think we're good with this one.
Okay. Any questions of staff? Seeing none, I'll open up the hearing. Is there anybody in the audience like providing testimony on item 3D? For anybody wanting to provide testimony? Third and final call, seeing nobody come forward, looking for direction for the board.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve public hearing item number 3D on today's agenda.
Well, second.
Got a motion and a second to approve items 3D. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Let the record reflect the motion passed unanimously. Then item 3E, in the matter of revising Spokane County Traffic Code number 46.61.4155.1, 20 miles per hour school speed zone, Freya Street, Hastings Avenue, Sheridan Street, and Market Street. Any additional item on this one, Mr. Coles?
I believe this is the one that Mr. Thompson wants to give you a little more information on.
Okay, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you. So at the briefing yesterday, when we talked about, there's actually two parts to this code revision. There's 20 mile an hour when children are present, signs that need to go up around the school. And then the school was also going to install flashing beacons on Market Street for 20 mile an hour when flashing. Due to funding, they are no longer going to install the flashing beacons on Market at this time. So initially we were going to recommend not approving this code revision. However, that would delay the installation of the signs around the school. So at this point, we would like to recommend approving this entire code revision. And it really won't affect where the beacons would be installed because they won't install them. It's 20 when flashing, they will be installed, and we will fix that code at later hearings.
Okay, very good. So any questions of staff? Seeing none, go ahead and open up the hearing on 3E. Anybody in the audience like to provide testimony on item 3E? Second call for anybody who want to provide testimony. Third and final call. Nobody come forward, look for direction for the board.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve public hearing item number 3E on today's agenda.
I will second that.
Got a motion and a second to approve item 3E. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Did you already say aye, Mary?
Oh, yeah, I think Josh and I said at the same time.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Again. No, that's okay.
All right, so motion passed unanimously. Then 3F, in the matter of revising Spokane County Traffic Code number 46.61.5701, no parking on Freya Street. Any additional information on this one, Mr. Coles?
Nope, that one is fine as is.
Okay, Any questions for staff? Seeing none, I'll open up the hearing for anybody in the audience who'd like to provide testimony on 3F. Second call for anybody wanting to provide testimony, third and final call. Seeing nobody come forward, I'm going to close the hearing on 3F and look for direction.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve public hearing item number 3F on today's agenda.
I will second that.
Got a motion and a second to approve items 3F. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Let the record reflect the motion passed unanimously. Then item 3G, this is a resolution of Spokane County, Washington, setting the time and place of a hearing on the increase in the estimated public improvement cost and extension of apportionment period by extending the expiration date relating to Spokane County increment area number 2005-01, providing for the giving of notice of such hearing and providing for other matters properly relating thereto. Any presentation on this by staff? Not aware of any. Any questions of staff? Seeing none, I'll open up the hearing for anybody who would like to provide testimony on hearing item number 3G. Second call for anybody who wants to provide testimony on 3G, third and final call. Seeing nobody come forward, close the hearing and look for direction.
Mr. Chair, move to approve public hearing item number 3G on today's agenda.
I'll second that.
We've got a motion and a second to approve hearing item number 3G.
Wait a minute, we got a comment. Somebody's calling in.
No, well, we received one written comment from Steve Peterson, Liberty Lake.
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot to mention that in the record. We did get one comment. It was a letter from previous Mayor Steve Peterson in support of adopting the resolution. So thank you for reminding me to point that out. So any discussion on the matter? Seeing none, all of those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Let the record reflect the motion passes unanimously. Then that gets us to our item number 5, which is a by leave item. And this is to authorize the execution of amendment number 1 to homeless shelter lease agreement between Spokane County and the City of Spokane. This, I believe, deals with the building up on 8th Avenue. So is there any questions of staff on this item? Then the chair is open to a motion.
All right, Mr. Chair, move to approve by leave item number 5.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve by leave item number 5. Any discussion? Seeing none. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Let the record reflect the motion passes unanimously. That, ladies and gentlemen, gets us through our agenda for this afternoon. Mr. Gimmel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't have any miscellaneous items. Staff, anybody have anything for the good of the cause?
We had our 1 o'clock meeting today, and one of our topics with all the department heads and electeds was the VERP program. And they just wanted to thank all of you for the ability to provide the comment over the past few weeks. And everyone that was in attendance at 1 o'clock supported the current version of the VERP. So thank you for passing that. We'll now have to let county leaders and staff know that it's a program that's been adopted by the board.
Yeah, I just, Mr. Dixon, Mr. Hanson has already sent out an email to everybody letting them know. The ink is not live.
There wasn't any negative comments at all. They were very happy with the changes, and we thank not only you, the board, for allowing us to do that, but we thank them very much for their comments. They were very well thought out, and we've got, I think, a pretty good program.
Yep.
Very good, great. So a final question for Mr. Kogan. The item that you were calling in on, did you have any information, any comments, or were you just lonely and wanted to attend the meeting?
Mr. Chair, members of the board, no. Now that the board's conducted the hearing and closed it, we will have a resolution for you at your next regular meeting, extending the time and increasing the principal amount of that tax increment district.
Okay, all right. Very good. So Commissioner Kearns or Cooney, anything else that you'd like to
Just making a
ready
resolution.
to do? Okay,
Nope.
completes all the business coming before the board. And so we are now adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You didn't have any add-ons, so Jerry, not today.
Covered a lot of territory.